you could accept the fact that the city is headed for a disaster of biblical proportion. What it means is Old Testament wrath of God type stuff. Fire, down from the skies, rivers and seas, boiling. Humans and dogs and cats living together. That's scary.
Yes, I know that it is awesome. Of course, I know that it's awesome. Have you guys been listening to the last at the top of the hour? Yes, that is a one of the new theme songs here for the radio. Yes, that is the Sam Newsman, Jam. You might be saying, "Well, where was Sam? Sam, wait a minute. Where did that Sam Newsman Jam come from?" Well, it came actually from AI. Yes, that song that you hear, that you're going to start hearing on a regular basis before I show up, is a song that was generated completely in AI. And yes, of course, I know. Listen, you guys, you probably listen to the radio. Well, probably nobody listens to the radio anymore. Everybody listens to apps. They listen to the Pandoras, their Spotify's, their playlists. Nobody. But radio is still important. Radio is still important. And of course, the only place that you're going to hear that Sam Newsman exclusive theme is here on the radio. I don't know if corporate radio will ever play AI generated themes, but that is an AI generated theme. And of course, behind the AI, yes. What was that? No, I understand. I understand. Yes, there's got to be somebody that sits there and programs the AI. Well, that AI was, this song was AI. It came from the mind of Exertus, Andreas Exertus. Make sure that you follow Exertus. That's Exertus on YouTube. You can also follow him on Twitter as well. Esoteric. Listen, last night it was very interesting. Yeah, what was it? Yeah, the Black Jesus resurrection. They were talking about Black Jesus and the Black Jesus resurrection and who that. And they asked, well, who is the Black Jesus and the Black Jesus resurrection? Well, it was Tupac. Tupac and AI. That's what they were talking about. That's the only place you could hear that is on Exertus. Xirtus, I think. I don't know. You can find it. Exertus. Just type in Exertus and you'll be able to find it. But that was from the mind of Exertus. He sat there, he programmed all this stuff into this program. And of course, out popped this amazing single. This could probably, top the charts. Can you imagine for a moment that if the Sam Newsman Jam ends up being a top Billboard single? Well, Exertus even said himself. He said, "Listen, I was born to be a pop star." Not a pop star, maybe a pop song writer, if you will, or just a programmer, because that whole song was done in AI. That is not that is not someone actually singing. That is AI. The beats and everything else, that is all AI. You guys heard it here. What does Sir Philosopher? He says AI is going to be the thing. Puppets are sentient. Yes, of course. Coming through is what Dead Man says. AM Customs 80 is joining us all. Everybody, what is it? Tall Man Pete. Tall Man Pete is there. Of course, a couple of other people here in the chat. We are broadcasting live on WDCE 90.1 FM. Make sure that you are you download the app. Download the Live 365 app. Download the Live 365 app. Search WDCE. You can also go to WDCE.org. Lone Dragon shares a birthday with my producer over there. So I guess they're, what is it? Libra brothers. Lone Dragon says that the best way to do it is to go to WDCE.org. I think Skydro said that as well. He says that he listens to it on WDCE.org. Anime figure statue collector Big It Town joining in. Anime Figure says, Sam, yes. Tall Man Pete says, hello. David Cool 42 joining in. Dead Man, of course, is always down there. You know what? I am so surprised. I'm always happy when Dead Man shows up, especially during the 10 o'clock toy hour. The 10 o'clock toy hour. Why do I say that? Is because Toy Mercs, that's right, at Toy Mercs is the action figure community where this whole action figure photography, toy photography thing has blown up over the last couple of years. But there's a lot of times. Let's just be honest right now. A lot of times, a lot of these toy communities feel like frats. They feel like fraternities. Yeah, it was like, oh, there's this bro frat and this other bro frat and a bunch of bro frats all over the place. Now, I'm not sitting there pointing at it, but a lot of people might feel that way. They might sit there and say, well, you know what? I'm not a part of the bro toy frat. Well, let me tell you what is one frat that you can be a part of, and that is Toy Mercs. Why? Because we're all Toy Mercs. That's right. You're a Toy Merc. You're a Toy Merc. You're a Toy Merc. Everyone's a Toy Merc. Dead Man, you better be sitting there cutting this up here in the future as an ad. But listen, Toy Mercs. We are all Toy Mercs. Why? Because Toy Mercs is the only place that, you know what, you can just join in, take pictures of your toys, and you know what? They're going to be posted in the community. Listen, there is not some type of there's not a what was it, an interview process. You don't have to sit there and go through the rat line or whatever it is. Listen, your toy photography can be a part of the Toy Mercs community. All you got to do is just follow Toy Mercs. You have to follow Toy Mercs and just sit there and just invite them to be a collaborator. It is what did he say? It's the Mad Face Invasion. What do you mean the Mad Face Invasion? Now, let me tell you about a community. A community that is amazing. That is the 3POA community. Now, the 3POA community is another inclusive community that is out there that they want you to be a part of. Now, of course, the interesting thing is the 3POA community. Have I ever told you about laser pants? Have I ever told you about laser pants? Listen, Ryan got to be one of the best producers in all of podcasting. What was that? It doesn't matter that he's 9 feet tall. What do you mean that just because he's 9 feet tall that's intimidating? Well, yeah, it is intimidating to me. Well, because he's 9 feet tall. But Ryan, I mean, listen, I'm using his government name. I'm sorry, Ryan. Listen, Laser Pants 81. Laser Pants 81. He is one of the best toy cast. Is it toy? Can we call it a toy cast? Maybe we'll start calling it that. We'll start calling them toy cast. There's a podcast. There's a this cast. Let's call it a toy cast. The best toy cast producer in the business is Laser Pants 81. What does he do? He sits there and he is the producer of the 3POA podcast, which is done, I think, every 2 weeks or so. And there's other shows during the week. All types of people within the toy community. What was it? Oh man, there's so many people. Like Kato. There is Articulated Ninja. It's Chad. Make sure you vote. Did you vote for It's Chad? Did you vote for It's Chad for the best, the Rookie of the Year for the Nerdy Awards? Did you vote for that? Vote for It's Chad. Well, he is. Have you seen his room? Man, he's got an incredible room. But shout out to It's Chad. There. What else do we have? It's the Mad Face. What Dead Man says. No, but no, seriously, the 3POA community, another community. Listen, we talked about Toy Mercs, but the 3POA community, one of the best communities out there. But listen, you gotta sit there and come into the community knowing that you might get they might talk smack, but that's okay. That's love. That's love. If there's somebody that's not talking smack to me, then I'm going to ask him what's going on here. Do we have a problem? Are you okay in life? If you're not talking smack, because I'm going to talk smack. I'm going to talk smack all day long. But I'm going to tell you right now, like I said, probably some of the best toy. I tell you all the time, the 10 o'clock toy hour is where it's hopping. What do you mean? What? Huh? Wait, ramen toy. Ramen toy took away the what? What was that? Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You telling me that ramen toy took away the flaming wheels and the expansion packs for the ramen racer? Well, they're about to get the clear wheels. Shout out to Ace Ramen Toy. Ramen Toy. Shout out to Ramen Toy. Make sure you follow him, Ramen Toy. But yeah, no, Ramen Toy. No. What do you mean they took it out? All right, so I gotta have to get in touch with Ace. I'm not sure. Did we? Well, I know that we got the ramen racer. There's only about 200 plus orders left, and then you'll be able to get these orange wheels, the orange wheels for the ramen racer. But they took off the SKUs. I gotta get in touch with Ace. I don't know. I don't know if I did that or not. I don't know. But make sure you follow Articulated Ninja because he's gonna have the ramen racer here pretty soon. Make sure you're looking at that. Do you have a chat? So hold on, Liz. Do you have to be a channel member to participate in the chat? Is what Dead Man says. No, well, not this chat. Not this chat. And we are streaming live, of course, on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. X, sorry, formerly known as Twitter. We're over there right now. Shout out to White Vegeta. Shout out to Aaron as well. Roundhead. I see everybody down there in the chat. I got to get in touch with Ace because if that's the case, Ace, if that's the case. Did you see that? I'm a poet and I know it. Well, of course I know it. I got to get in touch with Ace because they took some SKUs off of the ramen website. But make sure the ramen racer, it's going to be shipping before the Chinese New Year. So you should probably get it maybe in, what was it? Should probably get it January, February. But I got to get in touch with Ace because I'm not sure if I sat there and ordered the flame effects and everything, and they've now taken it to 2 SKUs. Make sure you go to ramentoy.com, ramentoy.com, and order the ramen racer. RHK2000 gave me an anchor. Yes, we are anchored here on the 9th day of December in the year 2023. A shout out to TNT Nate, who's out there in Kentucky land. Yeah, shout out to TNT Nate out in Kentucky land. Who is this? We have M Luck Music. Oh my gosh, M Luck Music. Have you heard about M Luck Music? Make sure you follow M Luck Music on Instagram. M Luck Music. Megan Luck. Yeah, no, listen, she's performing all around the place. She is all around here in Richmond, but original music, and she is somebody who is doing this on a weekly basis. And she listen. I don't know exactly when her next performance is. Maybe she might be doing a Christmas show somewhere. I don't know, but make sure you're following M Luck Music. M Luck Music on Instagram. Megan Luck. Yes, what was it? Was that Germ? Oh, yeah. So my producer went to, well, that's right. My producer went to high school with her, with her sister. Oh, here she goes. She says December 14th and 15th. Where? That's the question. Where? Bon Air Farmers Market. December 14th and 15th at the Bon Air's Farmers Market. That's here locally. Listen, we want to make sure that we shout out local music artists here on the radio. So shout out to Megan Luck, M Luck Music on Instagram. Make sure you follow her. You'll be able to hear some of her songs. She'll probably post live streams as well. Triple D, I saw the other day, Triple D ended up getting the Hiss Tank. Yes, it is the 10 o'clock toy hour. I know I got about 5 minutes left on to play some songs, and then we'll bring Dave here on the other side in just a few moments. But Triple D ended up getting the Hiss Tank. The Hiss Tank is now starting to show up with everybody. The Hiss Tank. Well, listen, I didn't get the Hiss Tank. I'm gonna reach out to Uncle Bull. Listen, maybe I'll just go down to Uncle Bull's Tavern. That's what we'll call it. Uncle Bull's Tavern. We'll go to Uncle Bull's Uncle Bull's Garage. How about that? Uncle Bull's garage. We'll go to Uncle Bull's garage, and maybe we'll sit there and we'll do a whole Uncle Bullwinkle. We'll do a tour of the Uncle Bull's garage. He's got a Mustang. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Megan. You're welcome. M Luck Music. Megan Luck. Love the hat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Morning, guys, is what Triple D says. Triple D got has the his tank. A lot of other people have the his tank. This thing is, you see this over my shoulder. I have the Jacob Marley figure. The Jacob Marley figure is over here. The Jacob Marley figure is over here. Yes, that is the Four Horsemen Studios. I believe that they also had the Father Christmas. 2 years ago, they had the Krampus figure. So this is the sixth figure in the line. This is Jacob Marley. Now, I'm just going to sit there and say, now, real quick, I saw a post this morning with the Four Horsemen, and they had Santa on a new white reindeer, well, a white adder moose. Now, remember, last year, I was the one who sat there and made sure that the moose, the adder moose, had his red shiny nose. So make sure that you remember that who was the first person that had the Santa Claus with the moose and Rudolph's red nose? That was me. So now here you go. You have now the Four Horsemen now copying me. They're the ones that actually make the figures here, these Figure Obscura figures. And they actually put the Santa, the Father Christmas, on the adder moose. It's a new sculpt. Well, not a new sculpt. It's the same sculpt, but it's a new paint. It's a new paint deco. But I just want to make sure that everybody knows that I was the first one that did it. I was the first one that did it. I was the first one that sat there and said, hey, I'm going to put my Father Christmas on the moose. And then what did I do? What did I do? I sat there and I put a red nose on the moose to make sure that it was Rudolph. So I'm just sitting there claiming it right now that, God bless you guys over at Four Horsemen Studios, but I was the first person to sit there and make sure that the moose had the red nose, that it was Rudolph. So now I got to go get another moose, a new deco moose that is made in white. It's ridiculous. But just make sure that I was the one that did it first. Just like, even though I have the Jacob Marley figure over here over my shoulder, make sure that you know that when pretty soon you're going to see this Jacob Marley figure with a goofy head sculpt. What was that again? You heard it first. I'm going to have the goofy head sculpt, and I might not have it first. Somebody's going to copy me. Make sure that we timestamp this right now, 10/28, here on the 9th day of December in the year 2023. I'm going to be the first person. I'm calling now. If somebody else gets it before I do, then that just means that they copied me because I wasn't able to get it before they did, and they sat there and they were like, oh, I got to beat Sam Newsman to this. But what's going to happen is you're going to see a goofy head sculpt on this Jacob Marley figure. Now, I do not have any type of review on how good this Jacob Marley figure is. All I do know is that there will be a Goofy head sculpt. Because why? Because Goofy was Jacob Marley in Mickey's Christmas Carol. That's right. Mickey's Christmas Carol, Goofy was Jacob Marley. And so I'm going to be the first. Well, I'm calling it now. Somebody else might get it first in terms of pictures. But at least I can sit there and say it, just like I was the first person last year to sit there and have the moose with the what? Yes, the Rudolph nose before anybody else. And now here goes Four Horsemen Studios posting a picture of what? Yes, that's right. The Father Christmas in their new deco moose. So they can be like, oh, well, look at what we did. But of course, you know that the only thing that they did was copy me. Why? Because I'm setting the standard, raising the bar. The only way an award-winning media puppet knows how to do. Man. What does it say? Oh, man. Skipping out on the show so you don't miss a pre-order. Having your producer call in sick to cover for you. Well, listen. Hey, listen. You should have sat there and tighten up. Tighten up, soldiers. God love you, Dead Man. Dead Man, why? Because we're all toy mercs. We're all toy mercs. It's the 10 o'clock toy hour, and it's 10:30. Oh my gosh, listen, I have a couple of songs I got to play. I got to get Deep Cut Dave here on the line in just a few moments. We're going to talk about some of these songs that we've been playing this morning. And then, of course, I'm going to be back at the top of next hour to talk about, of course, cultural influence that somebody who passed away this week. We'll talk about that, like I said, at the top of next hour. But listen, I gotta go. We're a little bit over here. But what I want to say is this: the 10 o'clock toy hour. I don't have a review, of course, on this Jacob Marley figure, but I will. We'll eventually have a review. Listen, we're gonna bring Father Christmas in. We'll bring Rudolph. Puppet narcissism. Well, of course, it's puppet narcissism because I'm the best. Well, listen, I'm setting the standard and raising the bar. The only way a real media puppet knows how to do. I mean, who else is going to do what I'm doing? Who else is going to sit there and take back the magic of Saturday morning? Who else is going to talk about action figures every single Saturday morning? Just me. That's right. Just me. Well, I mean, but, and I have all my friends here with me as well. Once again, at Sam Newsman on Facebook, at Sam Newsman on Instagram, at Sam Newsman on Twitter, X, at Sam Newsman on YouTube, at Sam Newsman on Rumble, at Sam Newsman on TikTok. That's exactly what's happening all over the place. I have someone else, Neo Da Vinci, I think has just joined us. Shout out to them. Internet person. Internet. I love that. Hey, what's your name online? Internet person. Yeah, that's genius. That's genius. Genius. Shout out to Roundhead as well. Anyways, hey, we got to get out of here. I have to get out of here. I got a couple of songs I got to play. Deep Cut Dave's going to come back here on the other side of this break. We're going to talk about all these deep cut things that he has sit there and has sent me. We got more that's going to probably come next week as well. Because why? Deep Cut Dave is the savant. Well, he's an actual professor. I mean, nothing says more than an actual professor. Hey, Sam, are you aware? I believe that while moose is custom, not something Horseman is actually making. Oh, okay. So it might be a custom. Well, and listen, shout out to AM Customs. So it might just be that somebody had this white moose, and it's not actually going to be a new deco. So shout out to AM Customs for saying that. Just remember that I was the first one that actually had Father Christmas on the moose with Rudolph's nose, and a red nose for Rudolph. We'll get to that a little later. I'm going to try to bring him. I'm going to bring him in next week so you guys can. And by then next week, maybe I'll actually have a review. We'll give our first toy review ever here on the show. Our first Christmas toy review for this Figure Obscura line. Well, I know I've talked about them, but maybe we'll give an actual review of this Jacob Marley figure. I'm not going to take it out today, but we'll do that next week. And we'll talk about the Figure Obscura line, of course, again, because it is Christmas and blah, 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 blah. Oh, I know. I'm over. Hold on just a moment here. Let's sit there. Are we good to go? Okay, we're good to go. Make sure that you're downloading the Live 365 app. I say that because that's the only way you're going to be able to hear me and Deep Cut Dave's discussion here in just a few moments. So make sure you download the Live 365 app, search WDCE. There's a couple other places you can do it, WDCE.org, and you will be able to listen to me and Deep Cut Dave's conversation here in just a moment. It's radio exclusive. It's not going to be live here like right now where you can see my beautiful puppet face. No, it's just going to be radio exclusive with me and Deep Cut Dave in just a few moments here on the only award-winning radio show dedicated to the magic and nostalgia of Saturday morning, hosted by me, a real media puppet. From the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman, and this is Saturday Morning